All right, in this video, we're going to look at the strategy of a 5x5 KenKen. These are even a little bit more difficult and they take a little more time and a little more thought process. So remember, in a 5x5, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in 5x5s, a lot of times it's a lot easier to write down what goes where. Because you don't necessarily know where at first. So I'm going to be using a pencil a little bit in this one. All right, so I know plus 9 has to be 4 plus 5. Plus 3 would have to be 1 plus 2. So if I have a 4, a 5, a 1, and a 2, that only leaves a 3 left. Now that I have a 3, I know that this one has to be 3 plus 2. So 6 could have been 5 plus 1 or 4 plus 2, but because I used a 2, this one will have to be 5 plus 1. All right, now we have 7, which would have to be either 4 plus 3 or 5 plus 2. I've already used the 5 and the 2, so that means this one would have to be 4 plus 3. Now if I look down at the bottom, I have another 9 plus, which tells me this one's going to be 5 plus 4. I don't have enough information to figure out which one goes where, but I do know that this is a 1. All right. Plus 8. Well, I can't do 4 plus 4, so I can do 5 plus 3 instead. So if I do 5 plus 3, that tells me that this 3 cannot go at the bottom and would have to go at the top. So this would be 3, 4. This 7 could be 5 plus 2 or 4 plus 3. 5 and 2 or 4 and 3. I'm not sure which combination it is just yet, so I'm not going to write anything in the boxes. All right, for this 3, I know that it would have to be 2 plus 1, which means this box, the 5 has to go on the top. And means on this box, the 5 has to go on the bottom. So that the 5s are in different rows. I now have 5, 4, a 2, and a 1, which means I have to put a 3 here. Now that I put that 3 there, this one cannot be 4, 3, so this one has to be 5, 2. I already have a 5 in the bottom, so this would be 5 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, I'm missing the number 4. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that column's good. 3 plus 4 is 7, and I'm trying to make it to 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. Now I know the order of this box. This is why a pencil's handy, so then you don't have as messy of a KenKen. 2 and a 1. All right. So I still don't have enough information for most of my other ones yet. So 5, 4, 2, and a 1. Now I'm missing a 3. Now that I have that 3, I know the order of these ones down here. This 3 would have to be in the opposite column, which makes this one the 5. And in this box, the 5 has to be the opposite side, which makes this one the 4. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm missing a 1. And 5, 3, 2, 1, I was missing a 4. Let's check the math of this box right here. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8. That worked out. For this one, a 1 would have to go in the bottom. The 2 would have to go on the top. And if I check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's how you would, that's strategizing for filling in a 5x5. I'm also going to show you how to look at a 6x6 in this video. How to kind of start off a 6x6. Okay. So remember, for 6x6s, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Nothing else. So once you've done a lot of 3s and 4s, some of the ones you know right away because you've been practicing them. So I know 3, 2, 1 makes 6. I know 20. I know 4. So I'm going to start filling in first these ones. And then we're going to fill in some of our options. So we know that this is 3, 2, 1 in some order. Now I know this one has to be 5 times 3 times 1, because that's the only way to get 15. And the only way to get 20 is 4 times 5 times 1. Now we can start eliminating things, like I can erase the 1 from this box because I can't put the 1 in that box. I can erase the 4 from this box because I can't put the 4 in it. So it reduces the choices for the box, and it slowly helps us build what can actually go inside the box. So now this strategy for these, it's good to look at columns as a whole. So if I look at this whole column, I have a 1, I'm missing a 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. So I have 2, 4, and a 6 left for the rest of this column. Now I know that subtracting 2 can either be 6 minus 4 or 4 minus 2. So I know I'm going to have a 4, or 4 has to go in that column somewhere, but I don't know where. And then it's going to be with either a 6 or a 2. So it starts to give us possibilities, and this will be either 6 times 1 or 2 times 3. All right, so looking for more places to look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6, 5, 4, 3, and a 2. So because I cannot put a 1 in this box, this can't be 6 times 1, which means this cannot be 6 times 1. This can only, because I already have a 1 over here, I can't put a 1 in this box. So 6 times 1 and 3 times 2. 6 times 1 doesn't work. So I know this has to be 3 times 2, and I already know with my 3, my 2 has to go here, and my 3 has to go here. I also know my 6 would have to go there because this has to be 4, 5, and 1. So because I have the 2, I now know that this box is a 6 and a 4. So I can fill in more options. So you just kind of start looking at strategy and what boxes you do know. So I know down here, so if I have a 3, 2, and a 1, this is either going to be a 4 or a 5. I have to put a 6 somewhere in this box on one of those 2. So if I put a 6 there, that takes 6 away from 13 is 7. So I have 7 left. So that would be 6 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 4 plus 3. So those are my possible other options for what it is. If I did 6, 6, the 1 would have to go here, which it can't do. That eliminates that possibility. A 5 and a 2. That one, we don't know enough information yet. And a 4 would have to go here. The 3 could go there. It's still possible. So we still don't have enough information about that box. But we start little by little picking away at the boxes. One thing to remember now about divided by 2 is you have more options. You have 6 divided by 3, 4 divided by 2, or 2 divided by 1. So there's a third option there. And you just start working away at these. And sometimes they take a little bit. You got to think for a little bit and come back to it. But eventually you get through it. So sometimes you just kind of got to stick with them. So 16 minus 6 is 10. So I have 10 left with 3 boxes. So I got to come up with 3 numbers to make 10 there. So that gives me a hint on that box. And you just keep working at them. So that's kind of a strategy for how to do a 6x6. If you want to work on them, they're attached to the warm-ups every week, so you can practice your own 6x6s. But this kind of gives you a hint at how to start your own 6x6s and go for those extra challenging problems.